Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to a brand new episode of Film Photography Friday. My name is Fleming and today I'm going to be talking about the Canon EOS 1000F or the 1000FN. This camera, it's actually Jess's camera, so probably 80% of the shots that you'll see in this to 90% of the shots are all going to be shot by Jess. Sadly, she's not down here in Killarney at the moment, so she can't really give her thoughts. So my story with this camera is my parents both had matching ones of these. They had the 1000F and the 1000FN, and basically all of my childhood was shot on these two cameras. So this is actually a third body that I have of this camera. I've had a few of them, I've sold a few of them, but I still have the original ones, my mom and my dad's ones, and then I have this as the one to kind of replace them and to shoot with, because I'm quite a sentimental person, and you know, I like knowing that the other two, my mom and my dad's camera, are okay should something happen, should it get stolen or anything like that, while me and Jess are on holiday. As I said, this is the camera Jess shoots with a lot. So when I gave Jess one of these cameras, the first thing I did was I gave her one of these, which was my 50mm f1.8 lens. I bought this lens when I was about 15 or 16 for my Canon 600D, and I used it for ages afterwards until I swapped over to Sony. I really loved using this lens, and it was just a shame that the adapters didn't really work well to use it on Sony, so it was laying around redundant, and I said, okay, take this lens and camera combo and use it because it's a great combo. I bought this lens, as I said, probably, I think it was when I was 16 and I was working a summer job, and I think it was like my first paycheck of that summer. I blew it all on this one lens, and I didn't regret it at all. I really loved it, and it was one of the things that kind of, this lens was probably one of the lenses that made me kind of really fall in love with photography, because it helped me frame a lot of things, and it was, you know, the first kind of, it was kind of my first introduction to the likes of bokeh and, you know, kind of depth of field and those kind of notions. And it was a perfect lens to give to Jess, because it was one of those that I knew she'd really like the focal length, I knew she liked the depth of field of it, and I think it made a great combo with this EOS 1000F. There's not really much to tell about these old SLR cameras. Most of them have just 1-point autofocus. One of the most interesting features that I always find with these Canon bodies is the DEP mode on the top up here, and when you're focusing on a group of people, it allows you to focus on the furthest away person and the closest person to you, and then it gives you the aperture that you need to be able to kind of have everyone in focus, which is a great feature, and I wish more cameras even nowadays had it, because I think it's something that everyone struggles with, is having to take pictures of groups of people and making sure the person at the back and the person at the front, all of them have their faces in focus. There's not really much else to the camera. As always, I'd probably mainly use it in manual mode or AV mode. Because Jess was getting used to the camera, I told her that when she doesn't feel comfortable shooting it in manual mode, shoot it in AV mode, because then at least you have complete control over the aperture, and seeing as that's one of the most important things to her in terms of getting that kind of nice shallow depth of field look, it really worked for her. Obviously it has an auto mode as well. She used a bit of auto when she just wanted to take quick snapshots, and yeah, it's just a really easy to use body, and this is kind of one of the bodies that I'd recommend to everyone. I know I kind of say I'll recommend this to everyone. If you're going for a point and shoot, you know, I've done loads of videos on what point and shoot to go for. Obviously Olympus AF1, the Canon AF35M and the Nikon L35 AF. Go for any of those because they're great, like they just give great results as well. There's a lot of stuff that's below that in price that you can get as well that gives great results too. If you're going SLR, these things are cheap as chips. The lens is going to be the most expensive part to it. The great thing about this is if you do manage to find one cheap, you'll get the lens with it, and it can be a great bargain on the lens and camera combo, especially if you already shoot Canon, because you can then use the lens on your, yeah, basically on your day-to-day digital camera. Getting back to the camera, it takes these standard, what are they, 2CR5 batteries. This version here does not have a data back. I think some of them came with data backs. It's a pretty standard SLR. There's not much to it. There's 1-point autofocus. There's a pop-up flash up here that you literally just pull up. And that's pretty much all there is to it. ISO setting is up here. So you turn this dial all the way to ISO, and then you use this dial here to set it. And yeah, it has one of these top these screens on top as well, which is really handy for just knowing what your shutter speed is going to be, and it has a little screen in the bottom of the viewfinder as well, so that you also know what aperture and what shutter speed you're at. So all of these results were shot with Kodak Gold 200 and scanned with the Epson V550 scanner. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to give it a like, share and subscribe, and also check out my Patreon link down below. I've kind of revamped it a small bit. Yeah, enjoy these results, and I'll talk to you as always in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.